Hi, everyone. Nicole Huckabee here. Welcome to another edition of What's Up, Bob? I'm so happy to have back my former co-anchor, Bob Juback. We were together at WBTW News 13 for decades. And now my former co-anchor has retired. Good to see you, Bob.
Nice to see you, Nicole. It's been 6 months since I retired. I can't even believe it. It seems
How
like
does
it's
it
been
feel?
6 days almost.
6 days. You'll get used to it. But tell me what's been going on with you since you retired?
Well, as everyone says, sometimes when you retire, you got more work thrown on you. And that's not the case. I've had more when I was at BTW. But now what I'm doing really isn't work. It's just whatever I really want to do. And I joined the Rotary Club here in Florence. And uh, I'm an usher at the church now. And so spreading the word a little bit and just so many things going on here around the house and around the community that I'm still involved in.
That's great. Well, you are retired. You're supposed to give yourself a little break, but it looks like you've been working on that beard I see there.
Yeah. Well, the last day I on the air at BTW was March the 1st, and that
Yeah.
was the last day that I shaved. So
So no shaving since then. It's been a
no,
no shave 6 months for you.
yeah, that's right. Some ways it's easier. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about it every day.
Well, remind folks a little bit about the whole beard thing when you tried it on the air.
Oh, well, yeah. I think it was during the Christmas. I had a week off for Christmas. I guess that was maybe in late 2021. And my wife said, just go ahead and grow the beard. She wanted me to grow the beard. And I said, yeah, I'll grow it. And then I went back to the station and I had it for like about 3 or 4 days. And the general manager didn't like it and told me to shave.
Well, it happens that we're asked to do different things when we're on television. Did you get some feedback from some of the viewers, good, bad, indifferent? What was that like?
Well, usually when people say something to you, they don't. Usually, and then we have a lot of honest people too. But usually, they'll only say something if to me if they like it. But they're
True.
probably a lot of these other people are probably telling other people that they didn't like it. And I guess maybe enough people told the general manager that. And you know what? I mean, the general manager's name is on the bottom of my paycheck. So
Good point.
so
Shave
I
the beard.
so I shaved the beard. That's right. But it was no big deal. But now I have it, and my wife Renee likes it, and I think I'll keep it.
I love it. I was going to say, I know that your lovely wife, Renee, wanted you to grow the beard. She liked the beard. So that's good that you're able to do that now. I love
She
that.
even said something about that during that video they put together
Yes,
on my
she did.
last day.
Yes, that was very cute. Renee is precious. We love her.
Yeah, me too.
So you're in retirement. You're kind of doing what you want. You're involved in the community in different ways. Anything
Yeah.
else you want to share about what you've been up to?
Well, I think some of the stuff that I've been doing has been interesting and it's been fun um and I think it's been good. But also, as you know, once you retire, like we don't have to like when the storm came through last month, hurricane or tropical storm Debbie or whatever it was, we weren't out there braving the wind and the rain and on
Or
the
sitting
desk
at
for
the
12
desk for
hours.
12 hours?
Yeah. So that
Yeah,
so that was nice, and I'm glad the storm didn't really do much of a problem, although it did flood quite a few places.
absolutely. So life does change after local news, that's for sure. And of course, there are some things that we miss. I'll always miss the people. Like I miss, for me, being next to you on the desk and the fun that we had and the camaraderie. And we had tons of wonderful viewers. And I know you still hear from some, and I do too. But life does go on after retirement, and you just find that different season in your life. But one thing that I know you've been keeping up with is something that you used to do on the 11 p.m. news.
Oh,
It was called Have You Heard?
we
And
did that for like
I
we
do
did
believe
that for 13 years.
13 years doing Have You Heard? And I believe you have some Have You Heards for us, right?
What an amazing coincidence! I do.
Oh,
All right. Well, today is September the 4th, You put these on,
Just
and
back. Okay.
uh, and what we just had the Southern 500 at Darlington, but it was the initial Southern 500 was run 74 years ago today, which would have made it the first of 75 Southern 500. So that was I think Cecil Chandler was riding in that one. But
Okay, so before you go any farther, I know you have some good stories from covering the races back in the day. Is there
oh
anything
yeah,
that comes to mind? By the way, I absolutely love Darlington Raceway and all the people there. That's that's one of the places that was always near and dear to my heart.
yeah. But yeah, I'll tell you what, doing these live reports or uh, anchoring the news live from Darlington Raceway during a race qualifying is not the easiest thing to do because you can't
No.
hear anything.
Yeah.
I know it's unbelievable, but it when I first came to BTW in 1984, I knew a little bit about racing, but probably no more than just the average person. But I had to learn it pretty quick because I was doing the sports then. And that was back, and I admittedly was not a race fan at the time, but I had to do it to satisfy the audience. And uh, those guys that were there when I was there, it was like almost like a golden age. You had like Earnhardt and Cale and Bobby Allison, and then the late Davey Allison and Harry Gant and Neil Bonnet and oh my gosh,
Buddy
it was
Baker.
before. What's that?
Buddy Baker.
Buddy Baker from born in Florence. Darrell Waltrip. I mean, these people were just Tim Richmond. We
Kel
did.
Yarborough, the great Kel Yarborough.
Yeah. To me, Darlington is Cale Yarborough, and um, just and these except maybe Cale, but these people don't know who I am. They didn't know who I was at that time either. Just some kid running around with a camera, but they were very welcoming. It's always welcome. They were characters, and sometimes like they didn't want to talk, and sometimes they did. Like, and I just thought of more names: Bill Elliott, David Pearson. I mean, all these people. But it was a golden age, and that was a lot of fun to be a part of that.
It really was. It really
I
was.
can't tell you a whole lot about racing now. I really don't follow it very much.
I think probably because of what we enjoyed during our time covering it and being a part of it, the connections just don't seem like they were back when we were covering it, when you could actually kind of get up close and personal with the drivers and the camaraderie that they all seem to have. But things change, and racing, racing, and people love it, and that's great. But I knew you could reflect upon your time there. So
Yeah, and
thanks.
most of the people I just talked about, and again, there are a lot of other race car drivers from that age. Almost all of them are from the two Carolinas of Georgia. They're yeah, of course, or the Alabama gang, and maybe a few from Tennessee, like Darrell Waltrip. But not many. Not now. Now there's not hardly any from the Carolinas or from Georgia, or from Florida, or from Tennessee, or from
Yeah,
whatever.
it's changed.
Alabama. It just changed. Yep. But that's the way it goes.
It
A lot of things
A
change.
lot of things change, but we still have racing at Darlington, and we love it. So
Yep.
75 years, is that right?
That's right. The 75th just took place, and the first one at Darlington was 74 years ago today. Also, The Price is Right. The Price is Right. 52 years old today.
What? And still on. I love
Yeah.
it.
Google is 26 years old.
And what did we do before Google? We went to the dictionaries, right?
I know. Like I got a dictionary back here. It's I haven't been open in a long time.
Don't open it, Bob. You know,
I
I
won't open
know
that. Um,
that's an
Tom,
inside joke, folks. So we won't tell you about that one.
the golfer Tom Watson is 75 today. That's a landmark birthday. Beyonce is 43.
Okay.
Um,
The Queen, yes.
yeah, that's right. Then Joan Rivers died 10 years ago today.
Oh, wow.
81.
81. I liked
Yeah,
her. It was a little controversial, kind of said what she needed to say, and not
yeah,
everybody liked it, but she was a trailblazer in many ways.
that's right. The crocodile hunter Steve Irwin died 18 years ago today.
Right. Oh, you know
Uh,
what? And he was stung from the stingrays.
Yeah, he wasn't even killed by a crocodile.
Right. No, God bless him. I swam with the stingrays in Antigua,
Uh-huh.
and there's a little bit of interesting information about how stingrays work. So I don't really know all the story about how he passed with the stingray, but I swam with them, and there's a way to do it correctly and obviously a way to do it wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's that barb. I think the
it's
barb is what gets you.
that gets you every time.
Dottie West died 33 years ago today. That was tragic. She was only 58. And Willard Scott, when I was a little boy, about 3 years old, I went to Washington with my aunt, and that she put Willard Scott's from DC and the NBC affiliate there. He did the Bozo Show,
Yes, I
and
remember the
I
Bozo
can
Show.
just barely remember it. You know, everyone had their own little show. Like Ashby Ward had Spaceship C8 and stuff even around here. So, but the Washington station had Bozo with Willard Scott, and I guess the intro movies or little things. And I sat on his lap and tweaked his nose, and I was only about three, and he died 3 years ago, 87. He'd
Wow.
have
Do
been
you
nine,
actually remember that? Do you remember doing that?
vaguely, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was 90. He'd be 90 today.
Wow.
Didn't
How
quite didn't quite make. He was always giving credit to those folks who turned 100. But
yeah. I like
yeah, but he did a good job. Had a good career. But that's your Have You Heard for today,
love
September the 4th, 2024.
I love it, Bob. You know what? That's what makes you so unique. You know things and history that the rest of us don't know. That just makes you what makes you an icon. And I just love that about you. And I know the viewers miss that. So you gotta promise me to come back to my platform so we can share more Have You Heards down the road because I know folks love that.
Yeah, I think so. So a lot of stuff going on, and I always enjoy doing that. Also, and today is Newspaper Carrier Day, and newspaper carriers are getting a little scarce.
Yes. Bless them. Yeah, not a whole lot of those anymore.
One,
So
one, one summer when I was at Carolina, I delivered the newspaper.
did you? That's
Yeah, for
awesome.
my during the summer break, my hometown of Annapolis, the Annapolis Evening Capital, and
Nice.
I would drive around and put the newspaper in the tubes. I didn't walk around or ride a bicycle. I drove the car around. And
So
my
is that sort of when your love for journalism began, maybe? Or was it before that? Or do you know? Do you remember that?
It was probably before that. I was
Yeah.
just throwing the. Actually, I paid my youngest sister a couple bucks a day, and she would throw them in there, and her hands would be just covered with newspaper print.
The ink and stuff. Oh my
Yeah, and you don't see. I don't. People just don't take the paper anymore.
God. Yeah.
They go online or they don't take it at all.
They don't, a lot of them don't even print anymore. They are all online. Things change, Bob. Things do change.
Yeah, and I
So
think a lot of things are changing for the better.
yeah.
Look, you're branching out and doing new things. I guess I'm doing that to an extent and spending time with my wife and my kids, and it's been good.
Yeah. So what is the best part about not working full time anymore?
I think just being able to get up and go whenever you want.
Yeah.
And I know you've been a lot. We're going to Greece next month, Renee and I.
What?
Yeah,
Exciting. Good
yeah,
for you.
looking forward to that. So, and that's right there in the heart of hurricane season. And I would have probably never been able to get that week off if I was
No.
still working at BTW.
No. And, I think there is something to be said about retiring early and enough in life that you have time to actually enjoy those golden years. I mean, I still see you as very young, but I mean, I get it. I get it.
You
But
need to see an optometrist or something.
I'm sitting here looking at all my wrinkles too, Bobby. Oh gosh. But
Oh,
you
and
know what?
here's another one coming up next month. Then at WBTW will be 70 years old.
70.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe they'll ask us to come back and hang out for that.
Well, I won't be able to make it because I'll be on the beach and up in some Greek Isle.
Oh, good for you. Yeah. So that will actually be when the station turns 70.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a lovely trip, and I hope that you will come back and talk to me again so I can share what's going on with you and some more have you heards and some more what's up, Bob?
I look forward to that.
Good, good. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to thank you, and that'll do it for this edition of What's Up, Bob. Until Bob and I see you again, we hope you have a great day.